Novak Djokovic will not decide on his participation at the Australian Open until official entry requirements have been confirmed. Djokovic has won a record 9 titles at the Rod Laver Arena, but he may have to wait to secure his 10th. On Sunday, the reigning champion refused to confirm whether he will travel to Melbourne and attempt to win his 4th straight title after leading Australian politicians clashed over the rules. The Australian Prime Minister said last week that unvaccinated players would be allowed into Australia for the tournament as long as they complete 2 weeks of hard quarantine and consent to regular testing. However, Victorian State Premier Dan Andrews took a stricter approach and insisted unvaccinated players would not be allowed into Melbourne Park to play matches. Speaking for the first time since his US Open final loss to Daniil Medvedev, the world number 1 refused to commit to a decision. "I'm going to decide on whether I go to Australia or not after I see the official statement from Tennis Australia," Djokovic said. "Right now, we don't have any official announcement or statement, so until that's out, I won't be talking about this anymore because I don't want to be part of the stories about the assumptions and what-ifs. When official condition requirements to travel to Australia and play in Australia are out, then obviously I'll see what I personally do with that, and also the bigger group of the players, you know, because the situation is obviously different in Australia than most parts of the world." Reports emerged that approximately 50% of ATP and WTA Tour players had been fully vaccinated prior to the US Open in August. Djokovic tested positive for COVID last year and issued a public apology after he held a charity tournament in Serbia with no social distancing guidelines. The 34-year-old has not played since Flushing Meadows in September, but is determined to finish the year as world number 1 as Russian rival Medvedev closes the gap ahead of the Paris Masters. "The year-end number 1 is on the line between Medvedev and myself, and I'm in a pretty good position in terms of the ranking points and the race," Djokovic added. "So that's obviously the goal for the end of the season, other than trying to do well in the Davis Cup with the national team. So hopefully I can have a strong finish of the season and clinch that year-end number 1. The Paris Masters is set to commence from November 1 with the final played on November 7. The draw gave Djokovic a bye into the second round, with the world number 1 set to face the winner between Martin Fucsovics and Fabio Fognini. The 2022 Australian Open will take place between January 17 to 30.